what is the best way to find an accounting or valuation professional? And how do we find good experts for cases we're working on?
Well, I think you can look to your professional network and see who other people have used. And I think if you reach out to somebody, you need to make sure that they're experienced and qualified, and hopefully they have some industry experience and have valued companies similar to the business that needs to be valued in this particular situation. I would check to make sure that they have the adequate tools and resources, that they're subscribing to the databases that are generally accepted, that I would ask them what type of methodology or valuation approaches they use. And if they're going to get away from the three generally accepted valuation approaches of the income approach, the market approach, and the asset approach, I would ask them why, because you want to make sure that whatever opinions that your expert comes up with are, one, reasonable, but most importantly, defendable. One, two, if it's going to go to the IRS or the Department of Labor or the courts, trier of fact, mediation, you want to make sure that they're using adequate data, that they're using generally accepted valuation approaches, and therefore the work that they'll be doing is credible and reliable.
So how about you? Thank you, Edward. How about you, Ruby?
Yeah, I'd say first, think about what you need. So if for instance, if you need tax advice, I'm not going to be the best person to give you that. But, at a firm like B&V, even though I'm in a forensic department, if someone needs an audit, if someone has a tax question, we have people that do that. So think about what you need and look at a firm and say, hey, do they provide that specific expertise? Specifically as it ties into the forensic accounting work, you want to look at qualifications. Obviously, if someone's going to be your accounting expert, ideally they'd have a CPA license or some kind of comparable designation. We also have, or I have the CFE designation, Certified Fraud Examiner, and the CFF. And I found that a lot of experts, a lot of my peers on the other side in a litigation matter have those same credentials. So you want to be able to match up and look and see, well, what credentials do you have? So when we're putting you up against that other expert, do you have those credentials that are commonly had in the profession? It kind of mirrors some of what Edward said. You want to make sure that the firm has experience in what you're doing. For us, a lot of times, for instance, if someone comes to me and says, can you do damages in a construction case? I can say, well, yeah, I've worked on several construction cases, and we have a construction industry niche that, if I need to find some construction market or industry data, I can go to our construction leaders in our firm and get more information in that regard, get a better understanding of how some of the accounting is done in that specific industry. And that really ties into some of our professional standards. I brushed over a little bit in the presentation on the AICPA standards that we all have to follow as CPAs. One of them is professional competence. So you want to make sure that you're qualified to do what you're asked to do. And even in a situation where, for instance, if I need to opine on something that is tax related, I'm not a tax professional myself, but I can go get that information from someone else and train myself and learn enough on that topic to be competent in that area. So that's what I'd say as far as if it's more general accounting, you want to know, do I need an auditor or do I need a tax professional? If it is something more specific as it ties to damages, really look at the credentials and then the other resources provided by the firm and see if that professional will be able to help support the opinions that you want them to be able to give.